Another half year of my life, another video. And for this one, I wanted to take a vanilla game I was familiar with and replace that cushy life with a boot on the neck. Not by having the undead detect you through walls and run you down, but through hunger, lack of weapons, oppressive population, weather and environment settings, and night sprinters stealing those extra hours you really need. If that interests you, I have the settings and mods down below, and if you'd like to play it with friends, why not check out Pine Hosting? They offer easy to use, workshop compatible, high performance and affordable server hosting. And not just for Project Zomboid. With global locations and DDoS protection, you can play a plethora of games with your mates using Pine. They'll even personally help you move your server from another platform. If that's piqued your interest, use the link in the description and code ALEX to support the channel and get 30% off. Now onto the whole life of Greta Redmond 10 years into the apocalypse, and all the struggle and suffocation that came with it. Moving quickly, I tried to clear the building before any of the insane population outside heard.
We have a house. I know where we are. So we're in the medical center in Muldra. Like, I know exactly where we are. That's not what I thought would happen.
Running into issues with indoor vegetation, I pulled the dead outside, and went upstairs to finish the rest.
I think it's one.
The kitchen knife was a solid find, especially since it allowed the conversion of rip sheets into covers for windows and doors. Secure, I put Greta's weak strength to the test.
Now, these houses are the object of my desire. Though,
unable to kill them before more joined, my hand was forced. Drawing in all those in the area, I planned to lure them to the eastern woods, a tried and true tactic for giving a bit of breathing room. Except the slower moving stragglers spotted me on the retreat. Testing the effect, I removed broken glass from the adjacent house and waited for a response by investigating the nearby cars.
hey, nice. Okay, we have no juice, no fuel. Classic.
Gaining a mug, 2 cans and some cereal. The pickings were slim, but still too much for my pathetic weight capacity. Unburdened, moved on to the next home.
Definitely let a few into this house, but we'll see what we're dealing with.
Failing to find enough in these houses,
The house is burnt down, so no loot worth there.
I switched to the second story ones in the gated community. Barely enough food, but a much more impressive haul. My progress marked, and unsure of when the dead stirred, I started removing the greenery between the boards, vines off the walls, and corpses off the floor.
Oh, they're still walking about. So I know they stopped sprinting at 6. I tested it. I don't know when they start sprinting though.
Not running at 8, could still work safely, free from their enhanced strength, eyesight, hearing, and memory.
Still quite sedentary.
Shambling at 9, the second floor was restored, leaving time for some exercise before 10 p.m.
Don't see them, they must have moved on. Huh? In the building, wait. Still walking. Okay. So is it at 11? It's 10. They start sprinting at 10. I think this is our next best shot, because I know it's a grocery store.
Operating off memory, and a shaky one at that, I left the alarm clock behind to save weight and tackled the neighbouring convenience store. For greater capacity, swapped the gun case for a sack, letting me empty the shelves of cereal and snacks. While encumbered, I filled my cabinetry and retargeted the second-story homes.
What the?
Repeating yesterday's tactic, I led the growing horde back to the woods and even beyond the railway tracks.
Wonder if we're doing more damage than good sometimes. Clustering them together like that.
Forced to use the metal pipe, I fought and shoved into exhaustion. Too worn out and in pain from exercise, I used the medical centre to buy time to recover.
Oh, standing up.
Stamping groups were slow,
Holy shit.
so I grabbed the alarm clock for timekeeping and snuck into a home rather than fight. Good calories on the bottom, a middling weapon on the second. Well worth it.
We just want a quick and dirty solution.
Losing another group, I took the moment of peace to rip clothing for the front windows. As they were broken, they could still climb in without warning, but I could work quietly in my home undisturbed.
Wait, matches? Just in a bush.
And on myself.
Yes. We can fight weight loss too. Ah. Here comes the snow.
An early warning of a season entirely unfamiliar to me.
Next up, I reckon, is this one.
Wielding the guitar, I refrained from using it until absolutely necessary.
Oh, yay, good amounts of food.
Finding a digital watch, I had a date to quantify my fears of winter. The 11th of the 11th. 19 days. Still early, I fought the dead. Earning a bread knife for my trouble and a screwdriver. Greta could now disassemble electronics for experience. A critical step towards hot wiring vehicles.
I'd wait for a modifier on the skill before starting though. Go. I feel like I've cleared the group, but there's more than maybe one or two. Yeah, no, that's me. Tired, hungry, thirsty, and encumbered, I returned home to recoup and recover. Pointing to a suburb in Louisville, the map was useless, but it did help paint a map devoid of information. Back out and fighting at 4 p.m, I encountered a problem. Whoa. There were too many southwest to fight. And maybe we go for the cars? There was a huge group up here though. Maybe we do what we should do and lead them away. Got a key to one of these cars. All that to run into a group left in my wake. Naturally. For sale, the barren home offered little reward for the violence outside. Under the growing shadow of darkness, I ran, marked my progress, dismantled electronics, ate cereal for dinner, and slept. There's a definite focus on here for today. Moderately concerning. The wrench would make a good weapon, but losing the ability to grind mechanics on vehicles was hardly worth it. Already have to run back. Wearing through my shoes, I look for dead still shuffling around in theirs. Has a hole in it though. Perfect. The new souls covering the ground to a new home. And out of a bad situation. Weaponless again, I continued using my environment when pulling too many, be it random houses, high fences, overgrowth, or my base. Anything and everything to get the job done. Remembering the wrench I'd glanced at yesterday, I left to retrieve it. Armed again, I powered through strength level 2, dropping weak for feeble, and improving my carry weight at the same time. Enough time to start reading. Putting my greater strength and wrench to the test. I came away with a high-level carpentry book. Hardly worth the durability. Onto these guys. Oh yes, it's open, okay. I feel like that gives us a good shot at getting a nice weapon. Oh, generator. For now, a hunk of red metal, but with fuel and a magazine on how to operate it, I'd have power. Scoring electrical volume 1, if every other item was icing on the cake. That's kind of useful. The packet of potato seeds was the cherry on top. Ah, damn. We cut the top off of it. Encumbered, arrested, got back out there. Can't wait to get another bread knife. Safe. I spent the few hours before sprinters awoke coloring in my map. No Moldra map. Could really do with one. Dismantling more electronics, reversing weight loss, and reading. Okay. I think it's time to knock these out. The 6th day repeated the patterns of my first week. A massacre followed by low durability, then improvisation. Then, significantly, I shoved, stomped, and smacked the rest until I made it into a house. I need a weapon, man. This is so,
tedious at this point.
The first home contained loot I'd come to expect. VHS tape I couldn't watch, water to refill my bottles, and empty cupboards devoid of food. The following two offered useful scraps, but not the calories I needed to justify the venture, whereas the fourth offered the remnants of a party. But the boot of the blue sedan eclipsed it. A gas can and a minute amount of fuel to siphon.
Just the smallest amount.
Gaining little in the fifth and alerting a large group, I was done.
One has a hand axe too.
Before bed, I made the mistake of reading the electrical skill book. Slow reader, my need for modifiers cost me most of the next day, but I could now hunt TVs to grind, except filling up the gas can was of more benefit.
No gas. No gas. No gas. I have to kill all these guys in order to check these two. No gas. Ah, it does have gas. Alright. Looks like we're in for a little bit of a fight then. Oh, is this the car I have keys to?
I could keep it in there, but taking it out kept my options open as I still needed a battery to repair the ute.
Let's go.
An absolutely massive find. A reduction in carry weight and a charged battery for heavy-duty vehicles.
To be honest, I think that might be classed as heavy duty.
The ute was in decent enough nick. I'd only need to change the battery and re-add the fuel to run it. In a regular world, everything was now at my fingertips. Except the overgrowth, limited fuel, and high population of this one made unmapped journeys unviable. Even if driving was off the table, a backpack meant running to landmarks and Mulder remained on the cards, like the large warehouse somewhere to the north, or a bar, bookshop, or police station to the south. Of all those afforded to me, only the large warehouse offered game-changing items. The choice was made. Encountering those left behind and weaving between their outstretched arms, I also contended with the fog falling over the town. Reaching the main drag, the dead were asphyxiating, worsened by the new buildings crippling my PC and fog obscuring their broader movements.
It'd be worth having a stop in.
Standing tall above the fog, I saw it.
I'm gonna start gathering them.
My yells echoed throughout the building and carried over the road and car park. I even made sure to drag what I could from the woods. I had my ball of flesh, now to lose it.
Keep the profile low. What do we got? Screwdriver. Thumb hammer? I think we can use that. Use a wood axe. Let's hope this doesn't raise attention.
Overweight, I consumed food to increase my capacity and ditch what I didn't need.
Farming Volume 3 is nice, but it's not going to help right now. Got what we needed. Let's get out of here. Oh, Oh, that was the wall.
A wood axe, screws, a hard hat, potato seeds, nails, a propane torch, hammer, can sealer, more seeds, magazines, a saw, a welder's mask, a sledgehammer, and a trowel. One trip for 3 skills. As I struggled to mitigate my encumbrance and return on time, I stirred those dead left slumbering in their homes.
Oh, an axe. That breaks my heart.
Back to familiar streets.
See if we can get back home without bringing too large of a hoard down on our heads.
The dead had moved in during my absence. One bag down, I lost many and fought the rest through growing exhaustion. Inside, I was acutely aware of the dead just beyond my walls, costing most of my hand axe's durability in the last hours of the day. Riding the high, I went into town again. It wasn't long until I found what I was looking for. Green's grocery shop. Inside, I could find what I needed, bar the piles of mush from long-forgotten fruit and vegetables.
Well, I really cannot breathe, can I?
They were near. But for canned food, margarine and lard, I had to stick it out. Eating in preparation for a hearty fight, I entered the back room and soon found a threat too great to conquer. Or more accurately, it found me.
Time to go home.
An incredibly lucky find for a cardboard box.
I can't believe I just found a box of nails. And bonus, I think I know vaguely where I am.
Sighting the damaged fences, was almost home. With food stores stopped, the pressure on my survival was gone,
Look at that. We just bought ourselves so many days.
letting me focus on my base.
Wait, we're looking good. God damn it.
Killing all nearby, barricaded my home in peace. Providing safety on the first floor, ensuring ample warning if it was ever threatened.
Yeah, I want to start renovating the bottom floor, but I don't think I'm willing to do that without carpentry. Then again, what if it's on my carpentry level? Oh, there's no point getting carpentry 1. It'd be carpentry 2 that we need.
Now had the perfect excuse. Wrapping up my work, I nabbed metal shelves and took stock of what I needed to do.
I think I'm fairly happy with the current situation. We really just need to go Grab books. I think the bookshop's like here or here. Maybe grab a little bit more food. Find another source of food along here. Clear this warehouse out. I think those are the 3 objectives. I'll actually write them down.
First up, restoring the ute. 198, 199, 200.
Oh. Hello, ladies. I didn't see you there. Got car trouble? Need a man to help you fix it? Well, you're in luck, because I'm Alex, and you're watching CarZone.
Got trouble with your car? But you're lacking skill? You've found the right guy? In the right zone. CarZone.
Not being able to turn things on is a real problem, but don't worry, I'm here to help. Today we're talking batteries and fuel. If it's your battery, you can charge or replace it. For charge, connect to a working battery with jumper cables, and after a while, she should start. If not, or it keeps getting worse, you can always replace the old with the new. Now ladies, make sure to get a battery that meets your vehicle's specifications. Only the right one will meet your needs. You do know most of your audience are guys, right? Really? Hello, lads. If your fuel gauge isn't working and you need to check levels, then siphoning is what you need. We have 3 methods. Insert a tube with your thumb over one end. Easy. If that doesn't work, I recommend 2 tubes and a cloth to seal. Blow through the shorter pipe to create pressure. Simple. If you have 1 tube, you can suck on it to start the siphon, but I don't recommend that because you don't want fuel in the mouth.
Fearing a protracted fight, adding fuel could wait. After eating and gathering water,
I mean, if I'm being realistic, if I drive a car here, they're probably gonna hear.
I finally filled the ute and turned the ignition. I had a car. I wanted nothing more than to drive off, but I couldn't without a solid fuel supply and a better understanding of the roads. Besides, I had a lot of tasks to do without it. Thoroughly wiping the dead for my return trip.
Oh, annotated map. Oh, it's Muldra. Hey, that's good.
The town was revealed. Using both hands for the generator, I slowly walked back, grimacing from the weight.
Need to grab that barbecue too.
Unmolested, I caught my breath before clearing dead around the sides and back, stealing a barbecue, and plotting future defenses. If I intended to run the generator, I prefer a healthy distance between my base and any Z who approached, far further than the damaged fences encircling the clinic.
Those are long fences, so if I sort of sealed them, I don't think the dead passively attack stuff unless they're given a reason. So if I block it just enough out of the range that it's okay, maybe I could run a generator.
As I contemplated my options in the town, I scratched down what little I remembered.
That's a cop station. That's definitely a gas station. That's a bar. It's a VHS store, I think it's here. So, finding more food stores, we don't have a very definitive place where we can do that. But find skill books. We have this bookshop. Can hit that.
In anticipation, I consumed significant calories, read and slept, dreaming of the numerous skill books I wanted and the coveted generator magazine I needed.
I wonder if we can check the shed actually. Another generator? It's a shame we can't siphon gas off of it. I think I remember there being some sort of warehouse around here, but I'm not too sure. Jeez Louise. What the?
The dead were thicker than I imagined, and confined by the trees, I had my work cut out. Hemmed in, I ditched the dead.
Jesus, there's so many. Like, I thought I was being clever, and it's just like, nope. Nope, nope, nope.
Failing repeatedly out the back, I changed tactics to the front of the store, hoping the openness of the main road would offer better fortune.
Dude, the numbers. I am really trying here.
Or now, with hit vids breaking their line of sight. I failed again, though the trees bought a moment to run inside. The shelves weren't as bare as other containers, but still nothing I needed. Passing 2 PM and nothing to show for my efforts.
Dude, like, okay, screw it. This isn't gonna work.
The high population had strangled out any hope for the day, coupled with exhaustion, made for a slow walk home. Pursued by the cause of my woes. Safely back, I looted a metal bar from a shed,
What is that in his head? A pick?
recovered an axe, and contemplated my options. First up, Molotovs. Gasoline ones were out of the question, but
I don't know if alcohol's the right choice. Because fire would let us clear so much of this. But the overgrowth risks it spreading to just everywhere. I mean, if we got alcohol and waited for it to rain, maybe that would help? Whereas I guess if I take the axe there, just wipe the floor with them.
alternatively, the axe allowed a direct approach, wiping out any stragglers after pulling away the majority. But plainly put, why not both, with fire serving as a backup to the axe? Bob changed the plan.
Honestly, maybe we just take these houses out.
Getting partially blinded to a bunch of displaced dead was not appealing. Instead, I worked on the last houses in the gated community, confidently fighting with a powerful weapon behind me. Scored more rifles without ammo, Electrician Volume 2, Electrical Experience, and many disparate items. Leaving the rifles for another run, I crossed the street. Unsure of the undead presence. Safe, I took everything and power walked to base. Holding items in the back of the ute, I rested and fought down my old path.
This one is a magazine. We could actually use this one, though our aiming skill's probably too low. Let's check the area before we wrap it up.
The instruments provided long blunt experience and access to the burnt house. With tiredness setting in, but well before 10,
Let's just quietly steal this propane tank.
I ripped out the vegetation on the ground floor, a baby step to a functional addition to my base.
I do think if we go for the alcohol first and then swing up, get the books. And then yeah, we've got the large warehouse up here, definitely worth clearing. And I don't think food's bad, it's just not great. Yeah, we got some food, be okay. Yeah, I'm liking how this has gone. We're really well settled.
I'd either shape my future or burn it to the ground.
Oh, that is the bar.
Sighting the bar, I started yelling. With them lost, I tried missing the eyes of those who followed.
can see the difference what a good weapon makes. I no longer look at 4 guys and be like, oh no, I don't think I can handle that. It's much more of a, okay, let's see what they've got.
Entering the bar, I took food off the tables and secured the building. The upper floor lacked loot, but the ground floor provided wine, beer, and fizzy.
No bourbon, really? Well, there's still time in the day to have a go at the bookshop, so I think why not?
Repeating the tactic around hit vids, scratched my forearm on a tree.
Ah, damn it.
My ability to fight was adversely affected. I had to gather a new group.
Alright, let's do this one more time.
Losing them to the western woods, I had another moment to dash in. The calories from the bar were nice, but the trip was an abject failure. Again.
God save us. Machete. Whoa.
Unlike an axe, it was purely for combat, making it a better weapon to use. Frustrated, I took a break and entered a new home to fill my duffel bag. The second floor could wait.
It's a good haul, but we got exactly none of what we wanted.
Fed up with long treks for subpar loot, I refocused on nearby buildings, taking me into the remains of a fire for a pen, wrecked cars for a map of Rosewood, the second floor I'd failed to loot yesterday. A thought crossed my mind.
Maybe we migrate into here.
Filling the cabinetry with my spoils and map with West Point and Rosewood, I rechecked my annotated ones.
Ah, here we go. I'm assuming that's water, so it's not useful. That, however, don't think we've looted that house. Yeah, we haven't. Okay. I think that's our next target.
I got to work, knitting a hand axe, a long blade level, a strength level, and corpses.
That's the one we're going for.
Far cry from the hope instilled by the marked map. Regardless, I kept pushing, even using the uncomfortably short-range knives. Overweight, I headed home, putting the guitar to good use. Inside, filled another cabinet to capacity, started shoving items into the fridge. Unable to commit to another venture, I tried out foraging. Raspberry lookalikes and 2 tree branches. Unsure if the berries were edible, couldn't risk it, so I added them to the rotted jalapeno and lettuce to be despawned on a corpse. The branches, however, could be sharpened and crafted into lethal weapons at the cost of my hunting knife and bread knife collection. Removing the bandage on my forearm, I was ready to fight. The improvised polearm made instant work of individual dead and quick of pursuing groups. If only it didn't require micromanaging from all the breaking. Down to my last, I entered the final home on the right-hand side, scoring butter and canned food for the endeavor. Breaking on the third to last house, I needed more weapons. To this end, I donned a welder mask and dismantled the red sedan, hoping to get metal pipes. Failing that, I turned to my other option. 1 tree, 7 spares.
These are all great condition. Makes a pathetic condition one, okay.
Realizing poor knives reduced the quality, I refrained from adding them to the rest. I needed to take what durability I could get. Waking early, I read Foraging until the dead had settled outside. I put my spears to work.
I see that.
Scoring a good condition crowbar for my trouble. A welcome sight after having so many weapons break. Game changing. The trauma didn't allow attachments, but a big hiking bag with better capacity and weight reduction did. Comparatively, the ammo, rifle, and food were minor, even when grouped with the items next door. Done.
I mean, while we're here.
Press north to a single-story brick house and its small shed out the back.
Garter. I don't know what a garter is.
Out of breath from the day's massacre, I snuck home, only fighting those witnessing my movements. Far too many.
Yeah, look at the, absolute diversity in my combat skills.
It had been a long 18 days of barely getting by, but I was in a good position in the clinic, if untenable. As I'd done with the north, a flurry of blows precipitated my entrance into the southern homes.
Not even out the door. This is a definite change of pace in terms of us getting weapons.
Trading old for new,
Ooh, nice.
I found myself encumbered
It's time to return home.
and forced to squeeze what little I could out of the day.
None of this breathes.
Refreshed, I decided to mix it up, with even more fighting. Laying out dozens on my way to more cans, items for car repair, electrical experience,
Oh, we almost have it.
and a plethora of skill books.
Why do I feel like the sky's about to fall down above us? Yeah, no.
This far from home, clearing the area wasn't a priority, so I gathered them up and led them away, paying time and energy for more experience and pistols.
That cabin is definitely worth checking out, though.
Failing to fight to the wooden cabin,
To be honest, with the amount of dead we're killing, it just doesn't seem worth it.
I called it a day. Before bed, and with the bookstore looking less and less likely, I contemplated grinding tailoring for attachments or carpentry for crates without modifiers. Two unappealing choices. Delaying the decision, I targeted the western houses. Creating a pile of corpses outside the convenience store,
We've killed so many just to get access to this house, and there's another group.
and down the road as the dead fought tooth and nail for every meter.
Alright, they're okay over there. I want to see what this has got for me. Let's pull them all. Shit, I did.
Bogged down, the unfazed opposition made working on smaller tasks about the place too appealing. Reading through a solid chunk of foraging, I got back out there.
big horde. Damn, another horde?
Until I hit a wall of flesh.
You know what, I've had enough of this.
Back on the street, I hit strength level 5.
Strength level? I haven't even been trying to get it.
I was no longer feeble and felt it. For the corpses stacked high, Mechanics Volume 1. The trend of lackluster loot continued until a single soul grew into a cacophony.
Based on what I'm hearing, yeah, that is me.
Brimming with energy, I yelled, and finally reached electrical level 1. If I got another level in mechanics, I could hotwire cars. Not that it meant much in a world with so little gas.
Oh, and it started snowing, of course.
Snowing, I crafted a spiked bat and continued working on the long since abandoned homes.
Oh, she is a bit grim. We have snow building up.
I encountered significant undead, but I was no longer weak and unarmed.
You? Show you.
A heavy price for a semi-useful book, a rolling pin, and 2 cans of food.
I have just a bit of stamina before I take all of these guys on.
Compared to the bat, the shorter piece of wood was miserable. So much so that even a short-range hunting knife felt better.
Bro, why'd it just play the audio? From behind? I didn't even see them. The audio saved me. They were just hidden behind that wall. It's lethal. Oh, we can knock this house out.
Too many, and too late.
Why is it so bloody dark?
Finding some near my home, I used a short fence rather than smacking them with an ineffective weapon.
What? What the fuck? Did he just run at me? But it's not. It's not 10 o'clock. He did, right? Like...
Peeping out into the dark, I looked for confirmation of my fears.
It's a bit dark, but I thought it was based on time, not on light. I swear it's on time. If it's based on light level, then they'd be sprinting inside buildings, right?
It was winter, and the dead knew it, shaving 2 hours off the day.
Does that mean that the 6 a.m. time has changed as well?
Unable to see them, I left, every muscle twitching at the thought of a Zed barreling towards me.
You can actually use fences. If you vault over them, the sprinters move a lot slower.
Safe. Out of 24 hours, I had 14 to burn outside my base. I'm not going to spend it smacking dead with a rolling pin, or grinding skills without modifiers if I could avoid it. One last shot.
It's a lot of stuff. I don't think I saw anything that screamed to me, but I also only got a glancing look at it. Oh yeah, not too many. Oh, my neck got a cut. That's not good. I can kill that. Never mind, I'm exhausted.
Exhausted, sore, and scratched.
I'm really never getting into that bookstore, am I?
In a moment of calm, I rested.
I cannot fucking breathe, man.
Again, I clustered the dead. Again, I dragged them down the road. Again, I tried to sneak around the trees. And again, I added corpses out the front.
Yes!
Taking anything useful, I over-encumbered myself with literature and watched like a hawk for a generator magazine.
No luck.
Still, I was much better off. Carpentry 3 alone meant I was relatively close to solid modifiers.
Maybe we just power through 3 to 4.
A painful but achievable task, with a bit of grinding.
Ah, no, it's the warehouse. That's why there's more pop here.
Shattered, I retreated inside to plot my next move. I could keep working on my base, either on the first floor or its tall fences, or move to somewhere better suited to the long term. If I was going to secure one of the houses in the gated community, let alone the whole thing, I needed more food and nails.
Maybe we go up, try find some sort of dairy. Know that there was a Zippy Mart. Get a solid amount of food, and then we can use that food to buy us some time to secure this area. Oh, that is thick fog.
Stumbling on a strip mall, I hit the jackpot.
Convenient U-Mart. That looks like what we need. Same with the alcohol store.
Unlike the bookstore, it only took one attempt each to gain access.
Maybe not too many. Maybe this worked. Many. Oh, too many. Urban baby.
With the shop stripped, I made the slow trip to base.
The next question is, which warehouse?
The small southern one, or the partially looted one to the north? Close to home, the small one offered the best odds. I'd picked my poison.
Damn, it's quite a few. Need to play this one close to the chest.
Except the openness and fog thwarted every attempt.
It's not happening, is it? I might as well just go home.
Hoping for clear skies tomorrow, I finished mechanics and slept. Did I even need nails? Ripping clothes into sheets for log walls, I contemplated where I'd encircle. Out of all the houses in the gated community, the central one stood far enough away for a generator to run in peace. Working on the immediate walls, I collected tree branches as I went. Providing extra experience and needed weapons at the end of the day.
Almost carpentry level 3.
Breaking what spears didn't fit in my storage, I left to finish the western wall. And north. Almost finished, I lightly barricaded each window, failed to grab a replacement for a missing one,
There's no window on that. You need a crowbar.
and knocked out farming volume 1. Having spent the last 3 days cutting trees, I'd burned through the snacks in the strip mall.
We do need more food, actually, which sucks.
Thinking back,
I remember there was a zipping mart somewhere along here.
one of the last places left in Mulder guaranteed to contain something I could eat.
How'd they get up there? That's what I spotted. Oh, that's what we want.
And I was ready to keep building.
Maybe we could go fishing as well. Oh, look. How about we set up the base, and on an off day we go down the fishing rod, try catch something.
The crux of the whole operation was gone. I still had my regular axe, but the forced break re-highlighted impending starvation. Once the zippy market snacks were gone, what would I eat? Grabbing spears, fish from the lake could work.
Where is it? We're in it? Oh no.
But there was no lake. Over 10 years since its creation, the map no longer reflected the lay of the land. Unable to reach the Ohio River and unaware of any other sources, I needed to work with what I had.
Hello lads, I'm Alex, and welcome to Gardening Time. I'm feeling a bit under the weather, if you can't tell, but we've got my brother here to help me film. Hello, my fellow gardeners. I'm also Alex, and today we're talking vegetables. You never did eat them, eh, Alex? I hated the fucking things. He always used to put the ones he didn't like on my plate. When you're growing your own at home, it's important to match the vegetable to the climate. And since we're in the upper North Island and it's spring, we're growing springach. Dig a hole with your trusty trowel, place the seeds in, and saturate the soil. Keep it wet until the plant breaks through the topsoil, and most of the work is done. Keep an eye on it from here on out. Weeds, diseases, lack of water are all things to look out for.
You don't look too good, man. Maybe you should lie down.
It's fine, some guy did it on the way here. It's just a scratch, it'll be fine.
Alex!
I can't make it through.
The trowel from the large warehouse let me dig furrows to sow potato seeds and collect worms as a potential snack. Without a renewable water supply, I filled vessels from puddles and placed anything that could catch the next deluge. Well watered, I salvaged hinges and handles from broken doors, used my spears, and contemplated my position. Another day, another fight in settled snow. To stretch supplies until I could harvest potatoes, I crafted stick traps.
30 sticks twine. I'm pretty sure I had those.
Off in the eastern woods, I placed them and added worms, hoping the small critters would be enough to lure hungry birds to my plate.
We are low on time.
Running out of daylight, I worked on the internals of the house, turning it into a home.
Must be close. Still quite a ways off. I'm gonna check the traps. I gotta remember where I put them. Hope we have something. Ha ha! Yes, okay.
6 birds for 6 worms. Rather than furrows, I started digging a path to the community, rebaited the traps, looted a propane tank and generator, and sacrificed my combat axe.
I actually think it's better to come up and over. Give us a bit more space to work with.
Adding dirty rags and scrap wood to the moved barbecue, I lit it with ripped sheets and eagerly waited for my first taste of fresh food.
It's enough to feed us, but not enough to fight off underweight. Which is a shame.
Fearing the dead outside, I finished metalworking, looked out into the neighborhood, and ate a fat bird.
Ooh, those are pretty good. Wonder. No way, right? Ugh. Ooh, that's a lot of food though.
Not enough to reverse weight loss, but filling all the same.
That's good. I should actually check on the potatoes. I kind of forgot about them. Watered. Okay.
Rain turned to snow, snow turned to thunder.
I don't like this weather front. It seems a bit gnarly. I have a backyard. And it's completely safe. Yes! That means I can make low-level rain collector barrels.
If I had a pipe wrench, I'd make them on the second floor and plumb them. But even then,
They're really good for watering plants. It's a very worthwhile endeavor.
ripping out vegetation till 6 AM, I cooked more birds, moved a chair from the front door, and checked traps. Only to find nothing.
None of them going off.
Maybe they were too close?
We can do that later, because we're going out of range anyways, because we need a pipe wrench. Which means we either need to hit this large warehouse, or the small warehouse.
Fighting west, I left for the small warehouse again, having swapped fog for a light dusting of snow.
Slow zombies really mess up my rhythm. Why did I think it would even be reasonably clear? You can do this.
A box of nails. The warehouse offered little else, but
I think there's a chance this building is loot, so it's worthwhile killing these guys if I can. If I can.
shelves upon shelves. I scored rope, screws, an axe, a pickaxe, more welding rods, a solar panel part, fast-drying epoxy, more nails, a couple hand axes, and a new wood axe. Tons of weapons and construction materials.
Just take our time getting home. Well, that was a resounding success. So this solar panel part. Electrical 3. Okay, so it's going to require a lot of electrical grinding. I'm pretty sure this is pretty big. If we can't get a generator magazine, we might even be able to use that to generate power. And before we call it, let's check and move the traps.
Back at the traps, I noticed a lack of bait. Maybe that was the problem instead of distance.
I think that's the inside clear.
Transferring items from my old base to the new gave a full scope of the situation. A stick of butter, beer, wine, fizzy, and bourbon was not enough for a long winter.
Oh?
After checking the traps, I pilfered through a nearby car and truck.
We need to do this for a while, actually. No luck. 95.2. I'm writing that down.
the emergency broadcast frequency, renovating my lounge. I took time to disassemble our electronics, not for hot wiring, but for the prospect of solar arrays. Fed and a healthy dent put into Carpentry Volume 3, I slept safely in my newly minted home. And with 2 more days passing to sustainability, renovations and self-improvement, I resigned to reflection and plotting.
It's a hard one. Maybe we can get by just staying in the base, but winter's only going to get worse. Ugh. Maybe we do a bit more raiding. You know what? I think we start working on these houses.
Every single neighborhood so far had taken far too much fighting to loot, so I opted to drag them away before they bogged down my efforts again, making sure to snake in front of the growing horde to keep them on my tail. All that, only to find overwhelming undead on my return. How long could I keep this up? Repetitive attempts to lose a fraction of the thousands in Muldra, to have it be reinfested the moment I pull them away.
Don't you just get tired?
The insane population had broken my resolve to take the safe route. Fire could spread through the overgrowth and consume the whole town for all I cared. I was sick of this. All I needed was a day free of fog. I was gonna get it.
So it begins.
Gathering a surprisingly large group adjacent to the gated community, I was gonna have a fun day. Beset on all sides, I struggled to keep the old Zeds on my tail without succumbing to the new ones.
Burning the whole place to the ground isn't ideal, but I think it's just something we're willing to live with.
The road caught alight, followed by waves of tattered clothes and desiccated flesh. Complicating the situation, slower shamblers interrupted my attempts to contain the damage, driving me into the woods, towards buildings, and down roads, upping the ante as I actively encouraged the issue.
Oh, I hear burning.
Down another hour.
Oh no. Of course I get scratched at the absolutely worst time.
Hobbling ahead to bandage.
Not it. Okay, maybe just outside of these. Yeah. Feels like such a deep cut on my leg for walking through a bush.
Healing into the afternoon, I tested the leg by luring in more fuel. Passing 4 PM, and unsure of the travel time home, I left the woods aflame for a pantsless journey to safety. Covering old ground, I found no evidence of the day's effort to clear the road. The dead had reclaimed it all. Before bed, I emptied the traps, regained my strength, and prepared to do the same tomorrow. Running a horde into a dead end, I started fresh with those on the main road.
Oh, yeah, it's Green's Grocers. If I'm not mistaken, there's still stuff at the back.
Starting at 300 killed by fire, the count climbed. But not without a bit of blood on both sides. 400, 500, 600, 700, 800, 900, 1,000, 1,100.
In 2 days, we've almost we've gone over half of what we killed in over a month. 2 days.
Retargeting the original houses, I resumed burning.
Snow to start the day.
Declining weather conditions battled directly with rising kills.
Ooh, and suddenly the world is clear. Start winding down. I need to get home and check the traps before it gets too dark.
3 days to rival over a month of work. I'd seen enough.
Ooh, young potatoes, that's good. Maybe we should plant a new batch. I don't like the look of that. Yeah, the ground's almost completely covered. That should heat up as the day goes by.
Wielding a good weapon,
I think we can go for these now.
the decimated dead stood no chance.
The snow almost makes this area unrecognizable.
Granting entry into 3 homes and a garage for a mixture of electrical experience, rotten food for the compost, TV dinners, an extinguisher.
Can't tell survivor houses anymore, but my brain thinks sheets. It's good to go.
Body armor.
How in the... Just ignore it.
Magazines, and quality weapons.
Dude, why does it play the audio for something that I know is there? Ugh.
Encumbered but fit, I walked home heavily burdened. Teetering on 65, I was on the cusp of being very underweight. And holding it off with lard, my now concentrated food stores showed reversing it jeopardized my long-term survival. But maybe if I found more food in the houses, alongside the dead birds, maybe I could stave it off. Taking my empty bottles, I found nothing edible.
I swear I pulled these guys away.
And was tired far too quickly. My fears were confirmed. I was very underweight, and now needed to manage my slower energy recovery, reduce damage, and a slew of other drawbacks.
Never thought I'd be happy to see dog food.
Out past 6 PM, I'd pushed it too far to safely check my traps. The birds locked inside would need to hold out through the night.
Maybe I just accept that I'm underweight. Oh damn. It's Christmas Eve.
Easing off the gas pedal for the holidays, I pursued a safer base, more carpentry experience, and food for the big day. Waking early, I used the dangerous morning hours to mark down locations of interest, organize storage further,
A little bit of snow for Christmas Day.
and experiment with a gas lantern.
Oh, that's cool. Niche carpet. If we see some, we can fix this.
Able to leave, I dumped corpses out of the composters and continued sprucing up the base.
10 to 15 degrees colder. We're gonna start getting locked down, I think. Alright, well, see a way around this, but it's gonna be a little tedious. Level 6, that's kind of impressive.
All for butchered bird meat as an end-of-day treat. A rather sad, but productive Christmas. Contrasting yesterday, a short day locked me into activities nearby, like the creation of a clearing for worms, emptying some of the old base, or getting sucked into organization. Too sucked in, leaving only an hour for birds.
We can do it if we're fast.
In the door, with no time to spare, I used the impromptu water collectors out the back. White wine paired with boiled ramen and bird meat soup still was not enough. Sleeping in late again, I repeated yesterday, except for a warm front washed away the days of snow. Forgetting to take advantage of the rain for farming, I'd need to do it manually. Up late, I set an alarm for 6 AM. Work behind my walls could be done whenever. Important work outside required daylight. The familiar sound of agony. For the 50th day, I improved irrigation water reserves and planned a route to the storeroom of Green's grocery.
Kind of forgot it was a thing, but running past it, I don't think I looted the back.
And with nearby dead being moved and burned, it was perfect for a quick in and out.
My yells should have cleared the woods. My plan is to push through it very slowly, not get injured, and loot the back of the store.
Far, far more than I'd expected. Potentially enough to get me back to underweight. Stripped of food, I grabbed a couple sacks and double-checked the front. Finding 2 jars for my trouble.
This is probably enough to reverse weight loss, which is getting pretty gnarly. Maybe we don't use it to do that. Maybe we just accept that we're underweight and we work within our means. Oh, that's good.
Home at 2 and a healthy glut established. Put beverages in the fridge, claim my old rifles and ammo.
That's exactly what you want to see.
Began cooking. Oddly named, but a hearty meal.
I reckon we stand a good shot at these ones.
Rounding out the year, I continued emptying the houses of Muldra.
This is eerily quiet. I know I've been active in the area, but I find that usually disturbs the dead rather than gets rid of them.
Checking on my crops, working on my skills, worrying about the traps being too close.
I think they're too close.
And preparing for upgraded water collector barrels. Ultimately, I was chillin', enjoying the relative success I'd achieved over 50 days of hard work, while laying the groundwork for future survival. And while there are still substantial issues to surmount and goals to hit, like the blooming potatoes,
They're almost ready.
things were looking up.
It only requires electrical level 1. Maybe that's a good way to grind electrical skill. New year, new me.
But I still needed the pipe wrench, and despite the late start, I was going to the last place in Muldra that could reliably have it.
Yeah, it's a Zippy Mart. Yeah, there it is.
The large warehouse on the other side of town.
We can do a quick gathering, I reckon.
Seeds and a bunch of weapons, but no wrench.
Birder, sounds good.
Plumbing the water collectors to the sink for clean water was on hold indefinitely. One lone bird, salt in the wound. Spotting a disease on a patch of potatoes,
Disease?
I went through my crops for any other traces and removed them early.
Gone.
Forfeiting seeds, but getting something before they turned to mush. Sick of maneuvering through trees every single day, I chopped them down and expanded the path. It also provided the opportunity to place the stick traps deeper in the woods. Putting some of my many spares to work, I found myself in 3 houses for more of the same loot. Snow. My water reserves and cooking pots would be refilling. And finding all my traps full, I started cooking stews brimming with meat. But still found the bird meat unable to stop my falling weight. I did, however, hit carpentry level 7. Upgraded water collectors were now on the table.
Oh,
Hitting level 2 farming in the first 2 plots, I burnt the whole day reading the next volume in preparation for the remaining 10. Without power, I needed to implement older techniques for preservation, but without sugar, vinegar, or the knowledge on how to do it, I was up Shit's Creek without a paddle and 92 potatoes.
to be honest, this is exactly what I feared. How can I feasibly get through this? It's overflowing.
A fridge full of dead birds and vegetables, waiting to expire. Unable to solve future food issues, I worked on mitigating water-related ones instead by greatly increasing my reserves.
In that case, I think we just cook.
And,
Are you fucking kidding me?
sleeping on the issue, I contemplated what nutrient I was lacking, what I could do to fix it, what I would do if I couldn't.
Birds aren't enough? Maybe we go for something other than them.
And hoping they liked the taste of starchy potatoes, I crafted trap boxes and rigged them in an opening in the trees.
What is vinegar wort?
Waiting to see if my plan was successful, I looked into brewing.
Wooden barrel. There's one of those. I think it was in the house that's just left of me.
From there, mushrooms can be converted into yeast to make ethanol to then make vinegar that can be added to sugar to jar food, but as it's winter, mushrooms can't be foraged. I don't have yeast, ethanol, or vinegar to shortcut it, nor do I have the sugar or mag to even begin. The whole system was a complete write-off. Wrapped up in the feeling of failure, rain cut right through it.
Ooh, water. Left the trowel in here.
Crafting another rain barrel with the last of the garbage bags, I got to work digging furrows for a massive garden.
1, 2, 3, gap. 1, 2, 3, gap. 1, 2, 3.
Only for the rain to stop,
No, really?
start,
That's a strong enough message that I should focus on planting. 28. Oof. 15 days. 17. 28 again.
stop,
No way, I just got scammed into planting everything.
start, then freeze.
That's not gonna water them, is it?
Before dealing with that, I ran into the forest to check for rabbits. Totaling 6, and mostly very nutritious, I was in business.
Yes! Okay.
Now to manually water the parched and dry crops.
There's a second gas can. I think it's in here. We're ready. This is what peak watering looks like.
Dual wielding gas cans, I emptied the second story and majorly dented those on the ground, leaving Greta in an awkward position. If it didn't rain or snow over the coming week, she'd have to raid kitchens and bathrooms across town to save the crops. I needed more garbage bags, enough to never have to worry about this again.
Isn't that beautiful?
Taking out 4 houses to the southwest, the garbage cans out the front provided enough bags for another barrel. Overloaded with meat, I left to scope out the church and the storage units.
Cheeky fucker. They didn't play that noise. I feel like my risk of death would be so much lower. That's another warehouse. It's come back to me. We need to get that.
All it needed was a whole lot of violence.
Yeah, I think that's my cue.
A whole lot of no wrench. Laden, I left the well-stripped warehouse to convert my dismantled electronics into ham radios. Potentially good enough for Greta to reach level 3 for solar panels, if I had a modifier.
Probably isn't the best use of our food, but I just want to see if I can reverse it with rabbit meat. Yes! Okay, we're so good.
A quarter of the way.
Lack of a better thing to do, let's read masonry.
Running straight to the exterior storage units, the sledgehammer revealed the lack of loot inside.
Whoa. Please tell me that's a large backpack. Oh my word. I didn't realize there were zombies out here like this. Pretty useless. That's not good. What about the ones in cars?
While the bonnet was open, I took the opportunity to take the vehicle's battery for future power reserves. Halfway to level 3, I had a goal and knew exactly how to reach it.
That doesn't look like rain. We'll just naively hope for rain to fix the crop issue, but I think we can continue grinding electrical. The demon is. Ooh, a bit of gasoline. Yes.
Electrical level 3.
I don't trust that this is the same as these two.
And with a wall-mounted solar panel needing metal bars, I whipped out the trusty propane torch and welding mask to get them.
Getting metal bars from this is a pipe dream. Should I say bar dream? It's almost metalworking 1. Just one more metal bar, please. Let's go. Okay, I need a battery bank.
It wasn't enough. It was never enough. I now needed level 4 to craft a complementary battery bank. After turning collected snow to water for crops, I continued my warpath against derelict cars.
Getting decent snow cover from this one.
I also knocked out the old wooden cabin along the way.
Wanted to check that out ages ago. 62, holy shit. We might lose underway. And if those crops come in at a good time too, we will be drowning.
Full pots meant proper meals were back on the menu, but my focus had shifted.
More grinding, I guess.
Full to bursting and wielding the fire axe from the construction warehouse, nothing stood in my way as each day was consumed by simple tasks.
I mean, if this is in any decent nick, maybe I don't trash it. Massive. I need to make more. Starting to be a healthy dent in food generation. Ooh. Maybe it's a good idea to do it closer to electrical for, just to top it off. We're so close.
Spending a couple of days tailoring for backpack attachments.
1. Now for 2. Go get some tailoring XP.
It felt like no time at all until I was dismantling radios again.
And it's on the shoulder too. Ew, way too much food. I don't know. It's a lot of containers. We don't even have a 10 and 12 button. We're gonna have to ditch 3 and live with it. What are we even doing for kills? Oh yeah, over 3,000. Feels about right. Nah. I think we can just return home for now. More snow. At least that's good for our water reserves. The whole world seems so monochrome. Actually, it'd be good, Nick. Maybe this is the price I pay for leaving so many hordes in this area. Like, I know I dumped a massive one up there. I've dumped so many over here. Maybe I should pull them away. Got a little bit of fuel. Nah, not worth it. Let's just head home. No container slots. Let's see how this looks.
Until I realized it had been a month since Christmas. 31 days to stop weight loss, and use that lack of pressure on survival to focus on things like power and tailoring. What would I be working on in another month?
I mean, we've cleared so much along here.
Having fought extensively by the large storage building, I cracked open the external overhead doors. Becoming encumbered with books, weapons, food, leather strips, and a solar panel part. Unable to take much more, I yelled and explored the internal units, forced to beat down the doors to access the riches behind.
Oh, there's a key on a corpse. Alright. That was a big load of not worth it.
Throwing in the towel, I re-looked over the preservation process.
Oh, and the radishes are done too. Sweet veggie bulb. Huh.
Carrots can be turned into sweet juice, a sugar substitute,
It's yeast. That's nice.
which doesn't expire.
Goodbye, carrots.
Along this line,
Ethanol wort.
I mulched potatoes to brew ethanol. Since I still didn't have the preservation magazine, I was building a stockpile of resources I may never use. It was better than the vegetables rotting in some cupboard.
Oh, you just can't add radishes.
And featuring a pathetic level of nutrition, radishes would not be sown again.
Let's go reload the traps, and finish this off.
Scoring a mop, I collected everything else and left what I couldn't carry on a shelf for later. Mopping the walls with bleach, the dour and mouldy living room
Oh yeah, makes a slightly cleaner house.
could now be described as an entertainer's delight.
That burns through it.
Waking to the familiar noise of 6 a.m, I returned to my mission against the cars of Muldra and any buildings that made the mistake of being nearby. A well-stocked trailer featuring plentiful food, electronics, and guns.
Holy shit. Well, we gotta come back here. It's gone stale. And that's good. Big crowd, really.
I took what was left in the stacked trailer and kept ripping out vehicles' radios, brutalizing undead down to the bar and back.
I wonder, there's absolutely no way this gives electrical experience, right? No.
Unable to get XP from crafting solar panels, I sat at 575 out of 750. I could taste it. I was only a couple of days from never having to look at electrical again, and I was excited.
Oh no, they've gone stale. We should remember to chuck it in the compost. We need to loot here, see what's hidden behind the crates, and clean up what we left behind. $120 XP. What's that? 5 more cars? Oh, another middle bar. Am I grabbing a stretcher bed? Maybe we can do it.
Safe behind my walls, I repaired batteries with scrap electronics for the last sprint to the finish line.
So one more. Please. Fuck! Yes! Holy shit!
I had the wire, sheet, scrap, and inverter. All I needed now was 2 metal bars to finish the job.
We're gonna have a food storage problem, aren't we? Okay, so we can place this. Ooh. They really want you to work for it. Oh, you can place it in? Alright, power. Oh!
The lights shone, and the fridge whirred. Power was restored. Turning off the lights, I'd be out of power in a couple of hours. So I wired poor condition car batteries to improve the reserve, added my spare panel to increase generation.
The maximum panel output is 51.9 amps, so we need to make a lot of solar panels.
And tried flat solar panels to avoid the middle bar requirement. Assuming 12 hours of generation, 12 hours on batteries, I needed 10 panels, not 3.
We need solar panel parts. We know there's some there, and we also have a battery here. Hey! We lost underweight. That means we can fight for longer, and we'll hit harder. We'll need that.
I found the adjacent building's loot wasn't too dissimilar.
That's good. Oh! Did I miss this fucking thing? Am I dumb? Or blind? Or both?
A great haul was soured. Just like the taste of 10-year-old water I'd been drinking unnecessarily for the past 1.5 months, but that's just me.
I hope I just never went up to it, because if it flicked on my screen, I'm gonna feel so bad.
Working into the night crafting and wiring the network, I'd changed not enough panels into not enough sunlight.
It was underneath my nose for months, it feels.
By swapping out a 40-20 capacity fridge freezer for a straight 60 freezer and a bit more power, the cooled food would hold even longer. If I could power it. Finding paint, I returned home to a thought.
You know, now that I'm thinking about it, maybe I buried solar panel parts.
Scrolling through every single container,
I was right.
I connected a bit more juice for the network, but lacked the electric wire to connect them all.
I need to go dismantle like microwaves and stuff. I think there's a chance it gives electric wire. I don't think we're gonna get anything.
I had another thought.
My filing system is so bad. Maybe I left a bunch of useful stuff in my old base.
A radio, TV, scrap, rifles,
10 electric wire.
and 17 wire. Waking to lights. I'd done it.
And it's already starting.
But it still wasn't enough to last the night.
We need batteries from here, more solar panel parts from here, maybe here.
Running to the large warehouse, the weather started to deteriorate. Really deteriorate.
That is getting dark.
Outside and in, the fire export time. Enough to nab another part and plaster powder for the balcony at home. But it didn't bring the confidence to move the crates or stay any longer with the worsening conditions outside.
I should have just stayed at home. Would have made use of the rain. Oh, I know where I am. That's not good.
Arriving home in one piece, I planted crops and installed the panels in the rain. Donning a gas mask and winter hat, I resigned to indoor activities till the storm passed.
The storm is affecting the signal, so we don't know when it ends.
Breaking 2 days later, I attempted to wrap up my unfinished work around the home.
Only 5.2.
4 days till the next storm, and I knew how to use it. If I crafted another battery bank and took a solar panel to a petrol station, I'd have plenty of gas for my ute or Molotovs.
In order to do that, we really need a base nearby, if not set up in this building, which is going to require a whole lot of work.
Creating a checklist for a new base, I lost the whole day preparing for the journey. Relying on 3 months of gas collection, I drove through familiar roads, past familiar sights, and into the unknown. Finding the station mostly intact, the car's engine and my yells would quickly change that as I pulled in those nearby and inside.
Hello. Those guys look like they've got good stuff on them.
Killing geared Zeds, I stripped their corpses and rushed to secure the base by adding sheets. Time to make another home.
Alright, with those done, it's imperative we get the doors set up.
Now to deal with any leftover groups. Unload the ute and set up infrastructure.
I know there's a lot of trees in here. Quite a few there. Kinda just everywhere.
Dragging into the evening, Greta retreated inside to pass the night as silently as possible, relying on the dead's unwillingness to attack structures without reason. Shit.
They've cut off my exit. Things could get dicey. I might have to jump off the roof. Oh. How to stop them from breaking down my doors. It's been a long time since I've had to fight like this.
Whoever left the lights on 10 years ago single-handedly ruined my plans. The station needed a jumpstart of 2 panels, not 1. Fearing the impending thunderstorm, I spent the rest of the day repairing the damage done and improving the quality of life for future returns. Preemptively taking out those who could run into my newly minted defenses, I fled through the streets. Only stopping to grab a battery for the petrol station.
Those fools didn't guard the car. Still frozen? Really? Oh, and the brew's ready.
Locked in the community again, I worked around the place, collecting rabbits, planting potatoes, brewing 2 more lots of ethanol,
Yeah, can be used as fuel.
and reading while lightning struck further and further away. Hopefully, it would be enough. Careening past growing groups on the way, I was set to find out.
That's a few. Almost makes me want to burn them. Alright, come on. Let's do this.
Turning off the lights.
Ah, the exit signs count.
The pump should be operational.
Let's get some gas.
Filling the tank, the whir of machines stirred the undead nearby.
That's quite a few drawn into the noise. How loud is a gas pump?
Adding 3 gas cans to the mix, driving places stood firmly on the table. To celebrate, I washed away blood and dirt for the first time. It was a new beginning for Greta Redmond, and I wanted to look the part.
Yeah, 4,400. I feel like it's climbing really fast. Before we make the journey back, I think it's worthwhile clearing these high value areas. You know, I actually like the idea of pulling all of these Zeds more into town, away from the gas station.
I gathered a horde and inverted the strategy for my bookstore attempts, leaving the dead up the road rather than down to gain unfettered access to the buildings.
Welcome to the fishing whānau. We have myself, and that's it. It's just me. I don't even have my rod anymore. Why is it the fishing whānau? We can't even fish and I don't have any family left. What's it been? 100 days since my brother ate that cameraman and the world went to shit? I'm chilling. From what my dad and he taught me, I got the survival basics down, but everything that used to be fun with them just doesn't feel the same when I have to do it by myself.
He's a man out here alone, surviving on his own. Not hungry, thirsty, or cold, just wasting time as he gets old.
I've got a few techniques to pass the time. I got really good at tic-tac-toe, except when I play myself now, I always draw, so Shell toss, that's a classic. At least I won't run out of those. But with my basic needs met, I don't really know. I could survive a decade out here, but what do I do in the meantime? I guess that's the big question. Stare at the waves rolling in, watch the clouds overhead, daydream of a better life doing taxes and laundry? I suppose I do want to see the world, see how it's changed, live like a king for a little bit, get a sick collection of cars, sleep in a California king bed and eat a pizza. Man, it has been too long since I ate a pizza. That's it. I'll do it. I'll finish what I'm doing here, then I'll go see the world.
Carrying a large stack of lightweight VHS tapes, I tackled the police station next.
That's really what I was wanting.
Overloading my hotbar even further, but allowing pistols to be carried conveniently. Loading up the ute, I tackled the diner in the building pointed to by the annotated map. Attaching the trailer with better wheels, the small warehouses filled them to capacity with a myriad of somewhat usable items to put into my somewhat sorted base.
What does gravel go into? Or on ground?
passing day 100, I took the achievement as an opportunity to reevaluate. I feel like for Moldra, I'm really close to being done with what I want to do here. There's still those storage units, the large warehouse, there's an axe, there's these storage units, there's propane tanks left around the map. I need to do a run for the fitness contraption. I can't forget that antique oven, but that's kind of it. I don't even have carpentry. I should read that book. Suppose we can finish this all off? Arriving at the small warehouses again, I scraped the bottom of the barrel before visiting the other loot I'd left nearby. No, that's not good. Swapping out the electric oven for wood-fired, if a castaway crate could improve Greta's quality of life, I'll be able to do this exercise. Then who knows what you'll find buried at the large warehouse. This was not my best play. My extensive activity to the south was abundantly clear in the neglected north, devolving from tight but navigable streets to open and insurmountable. Not seeing any flames. There is a lot in the way. Oh shit. I don't know if we have enough hood condition or nor tire condition to be pulling this kind of stuff. Why is there so many? Maybe the car's a write-off and I won't be able to get back to it. Taking the spare gas can, I rush to light a corpse. Yeah. Aiming to ignite the tailing horde. Ooh, this is honestly a bit down to the wire. Oh. Late, I had to run back the next day. Decent sized horde. And the next. I needed an outpost closer to the action. Need more time. I suppose the best way would be to set up somewhere along here, and then each day we can just run here, do what we need to do, drag these out, do what we need to do, so we can eventually loot these ones. With some experience securing a new building, I filled the large backpack and ran north. I think we can set up in the gas station that we've always been working by. It's pretty close to where the action is. The petrol station was infested, so I settled on Smokey's saloon and restaurant. No. So the engine's pretty much dead too. It looks pretty secure. Well, got our room. Looking grim, I hid in the bathroom early and passed the time silently, fearing any noise could alert the undead outside.
I need to remember to turn off my alarm.
Emerging at midday and upset at the loss of daylight, I made up for it with my crowbar, piling the corpses high and upgrading the bathroom to a loft. Back on the ground, I struggled to convert the adjacent trees and broken doors to a safe bottom floor. I didn't need it now I was posted above, but another place to retreat to couldn't hurt. Mostly done, I set out to achieve what I'd left 5 days earlier to do.
There she is. As messed up as she is. What we got? Paint and a leaf rake. That is not worth my time. Ooh, the deep cycle battery.
Low on time,
Oh, we should head back. Why is there so many?
I ditched the undead around the lower floor and snuck to safety.
How bad's the damage? Yeah, 45% on the engine. Hood's busted. Ooh, solar panel part. What do I need? Just metal bars, electric wire, scrapped electronics, metal sheets. Decent neck.
The 111th day focused on preparation. The collection of a heavy-duty battery for a replacement ute,
Gotta fight everything that Speed Demon brings in.
and the removal of larger electronics for the new solar panel and battery bank.
Oh, I'm gonna mark that down. That's pretty good. All I need is one more metal bar.
Powered, the hunt for lights took me to the 1st of March. I'd survived winter and earned 2 extra daylight hours as a reward. As generation surpassed production, I'd have a little juice for lights when I came back here. At home, I tried using some of the heavier items I'd collected,
I need to build some more traps.
like bags of gravel to repave the driveway, or concrete powder.
Is there anything I can even do with it?
I also put 2 fresh brews towards Molotov cocktails for future burning. Connecting the spare panel from up north, I restored the traps and kept working on the front of the base, even creating a U-turn facility around the low hedges to avoid reversing when possible. Frozen, I had enough generation to run the freezer through the night, knocking the 2 remaining storage facilities down on the priority list. I was well overdue for repairing and fortifying the tall fences of the gated community, and I was finally gonna do it. Building the southeast flank, I scratched out a plan overnight that would take days to finish. Shattering the axe, Greta's high carpentry level allowed for the skilled application of wood glue to get it back into commission.
That might be the first time I've maxed it out.
Presumably, high wood cutting allowed for the collection of fruits, an unexpected but welcome treat to break the growing monotony. Finding myself idle at night, I planned a parking area within my internal walls.
Bam! The walls are done. So everything inside is safe. And I can be fairly loud in my own base. So I've got quite a grace area around.
I had done it. A bastion of civility in a world consumed by wilderness. With the gate built for the lot, now touted a large car park, with no cars or storage for heavy parts and metal. Building the outline of a shack to fix this, I needed metalworking forward to weld together higher capacity crates.
Around Muldra, I have spotted some decent cars. So I think we start off with this van, and since we're going for metalwork XP, we just drive along any car in the road or nearby, we just dismantle it.
Targeting the van down south and the nearby vehicles for the experience and parts, I restored it and overloaded the boot with metal sheets, pipes, bars, and scrap.
Ooh, a crowbar. That's honestly the reason why we need such a large fence around us. It's just way too loud.
Gunning it out of the community again, the police car by Smokies was my next target if nothing caught my eye.
Oh yeah, no, we're not taking that one. It's not even worth it.
Late, I confined myself to the saloon and questioned why I wanted lights here.
It just kind of seems like a waste of resources. I guess in a way this car can be a gas reserve for the northern base.
I could race back, or go for the tanker trailer I'd sighted earlier.
Was I right about there being some sort of fuel tank down here? Yeah, there it is. Oh, she's a bit deep though.
I had to yell and cluster a new horde for every step of hitching it on.
Please. Well, that could have been a death sentence. Come on, speed demon. Pull that damn thing.
Deep behind my walls, I faced my greatest challenge yet. After adjusting the vehicles, I left to check the integrity of the walls.
Maybe we remove this as well. Give us better access to the gate. Yeah, that's what I expected.
Finding a Z at the gate, I rushed to preserve them.
I'll double check around here, but I think those are the only ones that were kind of close enough to hear what I just did. Just sitting on it, yeah, maybe they did hear up to here.
Or restore the damage done before the undead could get in.
No. Fuck! Why did I think it was only one? No.
Sustaining 2 injuries to either arm, I was dead.
Why did I think it was only the one? I thought it was the one. I was like, okay, I'll just go in, cut another tree, maybe rip my clothes that I have spare, and make a fucking wall. Fuck. Such a stupid fucking mistake. What?
With more waiting in the complex, I cowered in my own home.
Yeah.
With the assistance of painkillers, I fought to reclaim my home.
Might as well check that our walls are safe. Yeah, there's Queasy.
Too weak to go beyond, I connected the panel from the northern outpost and eased into the end by ditching clothing, consuming alcohol, and watching campy instructional VHS tapes to pass the time.
It hurts me that I'm gaining these levels and I just never get to use them. I forgot to turn the alarm off. Doesn't need to be on anymore.
Forgetting my alarm, I shortened the day with the assistance of sleeping tablets and helplessly watched as Greta succumbed to the infection. I tried thinking of what I'd achieved over the past 4 months, but only thought of what I hadn't. Crops would rot in their furrows, batteries die, designs go unbuilt, gas go unpumped, outposts left abandoned, and the world hinted at by maps unexplored, all because I rushed in to fix a fucking log wall.
4 months, 10 days, 15 hours. Maybe 16 if we're lucky.